Hello and welcome to episode 6 of the PSDCast. This is Tim, the commissioner of PSD here, also with Spencer. And Will, the Kansas City, Spencer's the Seattle GM and Will is the Kansas City GM. Welcome, gentlemen.
What's up?
Love it here.
Love it. So on today's PSDcast, we're going to be talking some hot off-season trades. We've obviously seen an uptick of trades, I think, this off-season more than what we've seen in previous years. What do you guys think?
I think that I am ready to win. I've made a bunch of deals, and I would like to talk about some of the players I've acquired.
Nice. What do you think, Spencer?
I mean, it's like the biggest thing. Well, one, the fact that pretty much all these trades have come in the AL West is, something that personally hurts me, but it's exciting to see. We've had a couple pretty lackluster seasons in terms of trades, and then it seems like they just, kind of all hit at once. Part of that is due to the fact that Vegas decided to sell. They have, players at pretty much every position. Really helps them. Oh my god, yeah, exactly. 45 lost war. The number of players they've traded out is really incredible. It's going to lead to a shakeup in the standings next year, and that is exciting. That's why we play.
All right, quick question for you
I
guys.
also think
Will.
Vegas got a lot in return. I think people overpaid for some of the players just because they played on Vegas.
I think it's partially that, and also partially just the fact that we have had a couple of very lackluster off seasons, and it really did become a seller's market because people were so desperate. But yeah. Do you want to start with that one?
Clarence Hernandez.
Clarence Hernandez trade. I was just going to go from
We can
the
start
top
with
down.
that one. We can do whatever.
All right, let's we'll go from top down because that's what we got. Our first trade is going to be the Danny Cherry trade. Let me pull it up real quick and make sure I got everything right here. Danny Cherry, being the seasoned veteran in PSD, heading over to
Washington.
Oh, there's been so many trades I have to scroll through a lot. Danny Cherry. So what do you think about this guy being on Washington? What does it do for him?
I think it's an interesting, it's funny looking at because this isn't just a pure swap of, major league talent for prospects, right? Glenn Lane is still very serviceable,
Right.
at the major league level.
Picking up WAR. Consistent WAR. Underperforming in the ERA plus category. It's to be expected with the low stuff.
For sure. I don't want, Glenn Lane, in front of my rotation, but he's cheaper. He has a team option, which has to have value, and he's going to be serviceable. I think generally speaking, the more a player relies on his control for his value, the more consistent you expect him to be from year to year. And so if that's just a solid, middle of the rotation 2-in player the next couple seasons, you have to be happy with that, right? Obviously Cherry, and obviously, Cherry's Cherry. He's, a front of the rotation starter. That's a guy who should absolutely comfortable starting a playoff game.
Really improved through his career too. Just a consistent uptick. Because you think about it, if you look at his just over his last few years. He came into the league, did well that first. Obviously short season. Pitched pretty average, I'd say, in those next 24 and 25 seasons. Breakout season, average, and then he's just started to pop off. I think it's a good bet for Washington.
He's got the Iron Man
Especially
tag.
since they were shit last year. I thought they were going to be a lot better. I think you picked them to win the World Series, and they just kind of fell flat.
Yeah,
so
I really like this
maybe
guy.
picking up another starting pitcher.
This was a happy 22nd birthday, Tony Goguin. But I think he's going to be an excellent pitcher in PSD. Honestly,
If that changeup develops.
If the changeup develops, but Yeah, if the
You
change
need it?
develops. But
And
honestly,
he's
I
already
mean,
22.
a 73 movement on a slider, he's practically going to get like 90% of the slider, or 90% of the righties out in the league with that. So it's, I think if he gets the slider, then he kind of turns into that like, I wouldn't say like Ted Johnson, but like definitely allowing less home runs per year. I mean, he's going to be an excellent pitcher.
You all mentioned that, like, if the changeup develops, like, he'll be good, but, like, does he need it? Like, he already has a splitter and a slider and a fastball that all play well, right? If you talk about, fastball, working pitch, off-speed pitch, he has one in every, aspect without the changeup.
True.
And when you consider, like, I don't think any of us are, like, 100% certain on how, different pitches, affect a pitcher in out of the park, but I
Right.
think, having a changeup won't do much that having the splitter doesn't already do. That's already developing.
Yeah, I agree.
What's up?
We have Bart.
What's up, Bart?
Here? Oh,
Welcome. We are in the middle of recording. Bart, the Chicago White Sox
We
GM,
just
has
started.
generously joined us. We just started. We're on our first
Not sure
trade.
how long. Not sure how long I'll quite be around. My phone's kind of low, but figured I'd
plug
pop
it in.
Oh yeah, dude, it's all
Oh.
good. All right, so
Bart, do you want to talk about the trade you made while you're here?
Which one?
The Clarence Hernandez?
Trying to remember who all was in that.
Bart just traded him and totally forgot who he traded. I feel that.
Morales. That's the big
Yeah.
one.
So this
I
is
don't
who we
have my
got.
laptop in front of me. So.
Um,
Yeah, that trade.
Clarence,
Also got
oh yeah,
Bart.
that trade. Bart.
Well, I made one today with Vegas as well.
Yeah, he traded the guy I wanted. Anyways, Clarence Hernandez.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Second year in the league on a minimum contract to 2059. They'll hit ARB. I mean, he's looking like the real deal.
My only concern with trading for him is the fragile rating, but I'm hoping he can stick out and not be affected by that.
Seems like we're having a little trouble picking up Will there.
I mean, I don't think. Yeah, obviously the fragile rating's always a concern, but there are just so few starting pitchers in the league that don't have health issues that
Yeah.
that's not too big of an issue. What I would be like, think this, like, obviously he's a stud. This is like a year, really 4 to 5 win type pitcher.
Yeah.
But, the concern for me would be the fact that, he broke out so late, right? His rookie year, he was 27.
That's true.
So if you want this guy to be, like a long-term centerpiece, like, any potential extension wouldn't kick in until he's, 31.
Right, he
At that
came
point,
up so
like,
late.
Yeah.
Like, what is
Yeah.
this?
But with that though, that's not too much of a concern for me because right now I see this team as having 2, maybe 3 more years of true competitiveness before having to at least retool seriously. So
Okay. Yeah, no,
I'll milk
that makes
out his
sense.
good years and dump him off or something.
So you got
Yeah, but-
also Xander Gregory in that trade.
Stud.
A decent bullpen piece.
Yeah, and then I also just tonight made another trade with Vegas for another starter and another reliever.
Well, I want to see who Vegas got in return real quick on this trade, on the Clarence Hernandez one.
He got a pretty nice return.
I like Brad Prince too.
Yeah,
Sure, run of the mill guy, but fastball,
Doesn't have a
curveball,
changeup,
slider is always nice on any side.
yeah. No changeup though is.
Yeah, but I always notice that this combination right here, the fastball, curve, slider, their main pitch, and then the curveball,
Yeah.
slider on the last two, or even as a combination, just generally I feel like do well.
Yeah. Also don't
No
like his low work ethic.
changeup wouldn't. Go ahead, Bart.
So I also don't like his low work ethic. That's always a concern.
Yeah, I would say, like, regarding the fastball, curveball, slider thing, like, as long as he's a righty, it shouldn't be too much of a concern because the main behavior of a
Yeah.
changeup is to dive away from the opposite hand. And so that's only 20% of the batters as opposed to 80%. Like, it's not as big of a deal. Oh, are we talking Perales?
We are.
Oh my God.
So have we seen this guy before?
Oh yeah.
Same.
Yeah, still boosting. Well, Actually, yeah, still boosting. Potentially, wow, went up 8 points on this most recent scouting report his stuff did. Holy. He went up, he jumped from 96 to 98 to 98 to 100 on this last sim.
God.
Like I said,
You gave him the next Chipperson. He's durable, Bart, and he's a lefty. You realize how much this pains me?
No,
I do,
he's a
but
stud.
Like I said, I have said this before, and I will say this again. I am going all out to try and win the damn World Series because I cannot have this team and not win.
I mean, I get that I like had previously beat you in World Series and playoffs and stuff, but like, dude, like this is brutal. Like you gave him the next Chipperson, SETI, Lamb, whatever you want to call it. As long as he doesn't die, but he's durable. I mean, I don't know.
Look at the past. I've done that before too. I traded him. God knows how many other international prospects.
I know you two are friendly trading partners, so I feel that.
And I've never been able to win the damn World Series because of those trades. Apparently.
I think you gave him Buster Roy back in the day.
Oh, I gave him Roy and Bumgarner.
God.
that may have been.
I wish I had history data.
Oh man, might have been the same trade.
I also traded him Hal Coleman at one point.
Did trade him Hal Coleman, their MVP.
Oh my gosh, dude. This is yeah.
Hall of Famer.
He's on cusp. Dude, that 398 on base percentage though. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Career.
Yep. I think so. Even if his slugging is kind of trash. He was so good back in the day too. And look at these. Who scores 147 runs anymore? For real. Think about it. Nobody scores 147. I mean, real talk. Let's see this real quick. Hold on. I want to look.
You know what's really funny?
Yeah.
I believe that when I switched to Chicago, like 2 years later, I think I traded him to Vegas, and then I signed him for the last 2 years of his career.
I mean, this year Gale had 115 runs, 57 when we were on the 20 version, 116. Nobody does what Hal Coleman was doing back in the day. I mean,
you also have to consider
147. That's the difference. Wow, I guess we changed between 56 and 57.
You got to consider the teams he was on, though. I mean, those were peak White Sox years.
Yeah, true. They were stacking the box. I mean, 464 on base percentage. Oh, that's crazy.
Same peak. You did it again.
Yeah,
that's why we're talking about this.
Will, I unmuted you. Are you still lagging?
I thought I was.
Nope, you sound better.
All right.
What were you trying to say, my dude?
Oh, I don't even remember. So.
Okay, cool. Well, we're talking Hal Coleman and how Bart traded his dynasty to Wilson.
Oh yeah, I've been looking at that, and it's kind of funny, man.
That was all back in the Miami days.
Bart, you've gotten roasted for the last 2 podcasts. I feel so bad.
If you don't run Miami like you're on coke, you're doing something wrong.
Well, that's how I did run Miami.
Exactly. Well, yeah, you did it right. But you didn't win anything, so I mean, I'm sorry, that's not.
Well, that's what Walt's not doing right now.
No, Walt's popping, dude. Don't trust the process.
I ran the
It's
small
been
budget team
15
like
years.
You have to. The way to run a small budget team is you do rebuild and you go for it for 3 or 4 years because you don't have the budget, but you stack those 3 or 4 years and then completely tear it down and retry.
You have to.
I mean,
so I'm just looking through Miami real quick, looking at.
Believe in Miami.
Dude, I mean, 4 out of his 5 starters at 54 overall or above, even if it is Sullivan. I don't know.
And he's got look at it like there's a couple starters who are like right on the cusp of getting called up that are like really really good. To go to.
Oh yeah, his system is his winter league is nasty. Oh my goodness, do you guys see this?
Yeah,
absurd.
Dude, hold on. Look at this. Compare. This is my winter league, 59, 55, 53, right? Here's Miami. That's my best prospects, too. Here's Miami, 78, 78, 72, 69, 67, 63, 62. That's higher than all my motherfucking players.
Miami's coming.
Who's his best prospect? That's the real question. Should we prospect pipeline this?
Martinez.
Think so? Or is that... Oh, yeah, 22.
Yeah. And I'm starting to lose faith in Martinez, though.
He is 24. But he is filled. Like, realistically, he should be... Yeah, Walt did it right. He was starting him.
Look at that changeup. 128.
That stamina is scary.
That's the best pitch in the
Okay,
league.
but
from
Bart,
anybody.
that's the craziest part is on 21. They adjusted the rating system so stamina plays more into overall potential, and he's at a
Oh, does it?
29 stamina, and he's still a 78 overall starter.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
You know, I mean, I would think it would take like 5 to 6
Well,
points maybe off the overall potential, maybe even more. I'm not entirely sure, but at least that's what I've kind of
he's at-
seen.
He's still a long shot though, because he's not great until that changeup develops.
No, I think he's good to go now. I'd trade for him and I'd start him as my number 2, honestly. I mean, I think he's ready to roll.
Ooh, I don't know about that.
Movement and control are filled. Fastball's ready. Curveball, slider's ready. Changeup is still his best pitch, and it's like he's just going to use it more in the MLB against better hitters. He's only going to improve
Stuff
it. He's
is a
24.
long way to go, man.
I find, dude, I don't know. I think that he is in perfect position to turn into an all-star. Like, not even kidding. I think that 24 to 27 range of pitchers is fantastic for their development.
His WAR will also be inflated though, because he won't be allowing any home runs in Miami.
No, I mean he's got 62 movement. He's gonna let up. He's gonna let up a little bit, but it's not gonna be much.
But it'll look.
Think of it this way: like his stuff has a long way to go, and like if it's at 80 and then he has 62 movement and 58 control, that's not an all-star player, right? At what point does his stuff become enough to overpower, the movement and control? Because like it's a long way to go probably to get to that point. At least 20 stuff improvement. I mean,
I don't know. I think he's startable now. Real talk.
Mm.
I would 100% even at the 58. I start worse pitchers. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe it's need for me. It's not like a position of like, oh, he's not ready or he is ready, but like I don't know. But anyways, let's move on to the next one. Will, I think, is ready to talk about it. We got Stephen Hawking from Vegas to Kansas City. This was a big one. Not a big one, but I mean, Stephen Hawking moving anywhere, I think, is big.
It is.
I was a day late on that.
You missed him?
Yeah, I didn't. I was busy, and I didn't realize he was.
Will did slide in the DMs quick. I won't lie, because I had no chance. So I hadn't even thought about it. Let's see what he gave up here. Ben. Oh, he also got Cochrane.
He got Ben Cochrane.
Hawking was going to be my John Anderson replacement.
I like him.
Wow. Will, did you trade anything else? Are you even there?
Oh yeah, I'm here now.
Okay. We're talking Stephen Hawking trade. Jerry Samuels, the guy you traded.
Stephen Hawking trade. All right, so I traded 5th pick and then Jerry Samuels. I got better pitching prospects and I'm kind of loaded at starting pitch right now, like depth wise. So, and Hawking would be great in my ballpark.
Yeah, a lot of room to hit those singles.
I think you should trade him to me.
No.
Damn. Yeah, I think it was a pretty even trade. I don't know. Will got a good pick out of it. He needs to rebuild. You got an impact player, captain, I think it all works out.
And then the next dude I want to talk about is Jeff Little. Ryan didn't want him, so I decided why not take him. Forward, first baseman, DH.
That's nice.
Captain straight. Then I went out.
Yeah, this was the DH that the Padres
wanted
signed.
to.
Sorry, I totally not remembered that, but yeah, go ahead.
I didn't trade a lot for him, and then Mike wanted to deal Roviva.
Why'd you let him do that?
Went out and got him a little bit.
What'd you trade for him? Let's see.
I traded Chris Stevens because he was a clubhouse cancer.
Yeah, super mad too.
Traded a bunch of prospects that won't get PT.
Yeah, this dude's kind of. I mean, he's cool, in the fastball, curveball, slider, changeup, but yeah, you are kind of. But it's okay. We can still. You're still hearable. I mean, Mike traded a 75 potential spec for this dude a year ago, and he got back a hold on, what is this? This dude's rated as an RP real quick. Hold on. A 59 potential starter.
Well, Tim, that's not all he got.
Hold on.
Right.
So I'm going.
Like, let's be real.
What, did you
It's
trade
not
any
all he-
picks? Did you trade any picks with it?
No.
Okay, so no picks. So a 51 potential starter, so a 59, a 51, and a 48 potential third baseman. So So Mike, hold on. I'm just gonna do this real quick. 49 potential, 75 from Akeem. Dwayne's a 55, so cut out the 150 whatever you
He's
traded.
at 55, but that's
And
gonna
a
play
62.
lot higher.
I mean, you got to think that Chris like busted Roviva off of Mike,
That's why I
and then
voted,
you
Chris
stole him from Mike
GM.
too.
Go
Yeah.
back to McKinley.
He traded a lot
looks
for
like
him, and
he's-
then you boomed
I
him.
got Mike to get Roviva's extension down from 6 years to 4 years. So
Yeah, that's a good deal. He's a good pitcher for that dollar amount, you know.
Yeah.
yeah.
Even if I hate,
And then
yeah,
the other dude I got from the Vegas trade was a reliever. I forget his name. His name's Ben something. And high
Ben
stuff
Dover.
players are amazing in OTP 21. Ben Cochran, and he's got 121 stuff, 1.6 WAR in Vegas last year. Instantly my second best reliever, and it's gonna be nice. And then the last player I want to talk about, I got from Spencer. I got Walt Fletcher.
yeah, I saw that.
And
I didn't really
think
look too
that
in
was
depth
a
on
win-win
this.
trade because he got rid of some salary, and I got a good second baseman. So I
Can I-
got better at 5 different things
Wow.
in one off season. Gained 12 WAR just like that.
I'm still working on adding a few pieces, but
I am too. I got
feel like
50
I've-
mil in free agency money.
I still have 15 mil because Vegas covered both of the contracts I just got from him, but I gotta figure out what I want to spend it on.
I do want to point out about Fletcher though. Like, look at, and we can talk about like the trade in general, but like look at his OBPs the last 2 years. Like
Oh,
they're
sorry.
just abysmal.
Yeah, 291,
27
301.
And like the year before, 271. Like there's just 20 mil a year. Like I'm not willing to roll the dice on those two outcomes. You know, like
Yeah.
there's a 2 in 3 chance that he's like a below 2-win player. Like for 20 million, that's just not gonna fly.
Can I talk
So,
about one
obvious-
underrated player on my team that has a low overall? Rob Moore. He was worth 3 wins, and he was worth a ton in fielding, and he was worth 2.8 against righties. -1 WAR against left-handed pitching.
Dude, I mean, a guy who doesn't strike out is going to be good pretty much regardless. Like, even if he doesn't have any eye, I don't know, I feel like he's going to succeed at 100 avoid
And
K.
he did. He only struck out, 52 times? in
That's where the game
167
struggles
games?
with the overall and potential system, I feel, you know?
Mm.
Is for guys like
I-
this that really, I think avoid K is pretty, like, it should be,
Look
it
at
should be
his splits,
prioritized,
too.
you know?
He's got like
I
80 gap,
yeah.
80 contact against righties, and the majority of the pitchers you're going to face are righties.
Yeah, he had
Oh, damn.
112 OPS plus versus the righty.
Solid. Looking at everything
And
through
then
the lens of like,
versus the lefty, he was booty.
yeah,
But, I mean, you really tell that 108 kicks versus the 85, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
like I don't know
What a
how close
player.
our league is to real life in this regard, but like if it's 80, the split is 80% righty, 20% lefty, then like yeah,
This
always
league's
target
supposed
guys
to
like that.
50-50,
right. I
Is it
mean,
really?
At least.
Wait, what did you
It
say,
may
Bart?
Favor lefties. I said it's got to be closer to 50-50 here.
For what?
Are you lefty?
Lefty, righty.
No. I did the math like less than a week ago. It's like 77-23 or something like that.
Yeah, 80-20.
How, if that's the case, how in God's name are my teams always left-handed stacked?
No, that's what you want though, right? Oh wait, your pitching staff or your
I'm
lineup?
talking about pitching, not hitting.
No.
Yeah, we're talking
Oh,
pitching here, not
pitching.
hitting.
Okay. I was talking kidding.
And I was talking
My bad.
I was talking mostly starting pitching in PSD.
Okay.
Like is it a lefty or righty getting to
actually-
start? So it's like 77% of the time it's a righty.
I actually just figured you're talking in general, all players.
Oh, got you.
Oh, there's definitely a thing. It's definitely the case that more lefty hitters make it because
Well, yeah.
they're better against righties who are a majority of pitchers. That's definitely a thing.
Handedness.
Like I had a friend who he does all of his shit right-handed, but his dad taught him how to bat lefty when he was a kid, and he was a lefty catcher coming out of high school. He got drafted by the Orioles.
Ooh.
But
Ooh.
his primary everything he does with his right hand, but he bats lefty.
Isn't that what Ichiro does?
Probably actually I would not be surprised if a lot of MLBers did it. Just because hitting versus the lefty is just so good. Or being a
He
lefty.
threw right-handed.
Hitting
and batted
righty,
lefty.
sorry. Yeah,
So
so I
just have people who bat switch and have an advantage either way.
yeah. All right, so what's
Is that not?
Oh.
Is that not the worst when you see a guy as a switch hitter and then you look at his ratings and you see it favors against lefties because you're just like, damn, useless.
Let me see. I think I had a guy like that this season. Let me see. Is he switch? Oh no, he's a righty. Never mind.
Other
Yeah.
trades we got.
Mike, really.
Made a couple.
Yeah, we got
Want
a
to go
few
through
more.
those?
Jose Gonzalez. So Mike swapped out Roviva for this guy. The big.
Which is an improvement.
It was. I think it was. I like this guy a lot more than I like Roviva.
Yeah.
Again, another cancer for Mike on top of Welch. Again, only making $12 million, but expecting a long-term deal, which he received, almost $200 million, with a promised starting pitching role and some incentives, about $3 million a year in incentives as a player opt. I don't know. What do you guys think about that extension for Jose before we get into
Honestly,
the trade?
Horrible. Given his track record the past 3 years and the fact that he's only a year away from free agency, I don't think it's that bad.
Oh, like you don't think the money? I thought you said the money was bad. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't think it's that bad at all. Obviously the interesting part of this deal is going to be the fact because I think he's 27 right now. Like he's going to be good throughout most of this deal
through the contract. I think.
Yeah,
he's durable,
he's durable. Yeah.
Yeah.
The issue then isn't of the contract performs. It's how he fits this contract, Welch's contract, and then building
Whoever
any
else.
sort of a team around that. Welch is going to get 40 a year
Hold on,
easily.
let me look at this real quick.
And he
You got to
traded
think
all
that
his great
Mike just finished
prospects
his
away.
rebuild last year, so he should have a lot of non-guaranteed salary. But I mean, if you look at this, $200 million already locked up in next year. I mean,
That's
that
crazy.
doesn't count your arb rates. That doesn't count Volatolotol or whatever the hell his name is popping off, and picking up a $5 million arb rate. That doesn't, it doesn't count those guys. It doesn't count Renz picking up having a breakout season, and he actually already kind of did, but
Lee can decline 13 mil in team options.
he can, but yeah,
He can also non-tender if he chooses.
he could, but think about it, Bart, or not Bart, but everybody. He just finished his rebuild last year, right?
Yeah.
Like
that's
why
a lot of
why
money
does
to
he
have
have
tied
so
up
much
already.
guaranteed salary over not even this year, but the following 2 years in 2060 and 2061? Like that's going to be detrimental to a young team. Like he's not going to be able to bring up minimum players, nothing.
61's the scary year. Sure.
He's playing that.
Yeah,
He's
3 years
playing
down the
that
line.
Like I played Miami when he's not a small market team, really.
It's just I don't see how. And obviously, you can decline Hanma. That saves you some money. But Welch is going to command 40 mil easily.
Yeah.
And
Welch's
at that
arb rate
point-
could go up to 17 mil this year. Honestly, it can go up
Insane.
another mil or two, I think, at least.
Cruz
Insane.
at 55 and 60 is crazy.
He might set the
So guys like
record.
Jacobs and Hanma and Renz, they all have to be on the chopping block. Are you a playoff team when those guys are gone? If you're the Cardinals, I don't think so.
That Jose Cruz contract is stupid.
Detrimental. It's burying him right now is what it's
He
doing.
never was that good.
I mean, at least he kind of filled in, but not even, you know? Like, he never really
that's
improved
not
all that much. He kind of did, but...
That's not a $55 million contract.
I mean, he does have 284, but yeah, he has. Yeah, that's a lot of money over these next 3 years. That's why that salary is so inflated, and nobody's going to take that money, you know, for a 60 overall player.
Unless they get
2 drafts.
compensation. That's nice.
Yeah, you'd have to trade a draft to trade him at this point, I think.
I mean,
Well, maybe not, but
fair,
I don't know.
To be fair,
He is a righty.
Look at that speed put to waste with that steal rating.
He's the opposite of Snyder.
True.
Why is he playing? Would y'all play him in center field? I feel like I would want him at second. Or is he playing second? Am I just down?
I'd play him in left.
He
Oh,
got
I'd play
majority
him in
time.
left as
He split
well.
all 3, but in left field, I mean, he had 10 plus 10.6 zone rating. So
In 83 games, that's pretty damn nice.
No, that is really solid.
I would play him in left field 100%. Maybe right field, depending on what other outfielders I have.
You can normally like I maybe this is just like a personal like preference. I find that you're able to like kind of hide like a slugger who's just okay in the outfield in right a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Like there are always some of those guys lying around
oh
who have
yeah,
a good enough arm to like just be passable. I feel.
I have one of those guys. This guy right here, Dave Lambright. Trash in the field, trash. But hey, he hits the ball.
Hey,
He whacks the
And the
shit out of
arm.
the ball. And the arm is not bad.
You don't need a corner outfielder to be a guy that.
I'll absorb the -4 zone rating in what 3 errors on the year. I mean that's that's only 65 games. Oh wait,
worse.
who would you say? John Anderson.
Yeah, my former right fielder. He was horrible at fielding, but he had a few really good years with the bat.
Is he? Oh no, it's not. Is he
not
retired?
It may just be. No, he's a free agent actually.
It's gotta be this guy.
JOHN?
Yep.
Yeah.
There. He was really bad in the field.
Holy shit! -6. He only got worse too. Well, not really. I mean, I guess.
He still posted positive WARs overall.
And you didn't have him at DH because
of Joe Daniels, who was
Did something
not even good enough to play. Daniels couldn't even play first base.
Something happened between 2056 and 2057.
Yeah.
Was that when he switched?
In the league. No, we switched between 2057 and 2058. We switched last year, or just this past year, right? This is our first off season in 21. So, something happened in that last year of OOTP 20 because I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, negative. Like you can even see. We noticed it earlier too in the runs per game. The runs per game. Well, obviously, I think that's when offense died.
Yeah,
Offense died.
Hitting, though.
The strange part about like the league as a whole is the fact that run production is down, BABIP is down across the league. It seems like, is it like fielding stats haven't really drastically improved, right? How do you square those two things? That like fielders seem to have not gotten better, but less balls are converting into hits.
I mean, I will say for
complete.
Oh, go ahead, Bart.
Completely based on my middle infield.
Just destroying the league. I was gonna say for complete transparency's sake, we also do have the more or less
middle infielders.
we do have the more or less offense buttons turned on in the settings.
I like that though.
So I do too.
That will adjust how the league works, you know. And obviously the switch from 20 to 21 obviously probably messed with it too. So it seemed extreme this year, but in reality it could also be the game just doing its thing, you know.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to the next trade. We have Kwang Sik Choi to Portland. This is that 74 overall third baseman. John's been looking for his third baseman for years on years now.
I'm honestly looking for a third baseman right now too.
More Gonzalez hit me. Yeah, he did. He's still on. He's still kind of boosting. That contact's come up 3 points.
Damn.
The power's up. Holy moly, almost 5 points. His eye hasn't moved, but damn, that's enough to make an impact, though. I think, especially for a top player.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see what he gave up here. Jake Martinez, an 80 grade closer. Yeah, kind of just whatever. Tony Owens,
I'm doing a podcast.
Starter, fastball, curveball,
Decent.
fork is a lefty. I like that.
I'm talking to people.
Bernardo Ramos, a 48 potential starter, kind of meh. Manny Escobedo, 46 potential starter. I feel like Vegas didn't do all that well in this deal, unless he got a draft pick. Did he? I'm gonna go look real quick.
And he got like a fourth, I think.
Wow.
Kind of just to throw on, but you do have to consider like it's only much 1 year. Like Troy's
Yeah,
definitely going to
true.
opt out.
And he's gonna give John a limited time to deal for an extent, well, I mean he could try and extend him, but it'll put the player opt into play. So
Exactly. Yeah, that makes it tough.
And you don't want to do that. So basically he's gonna get. He's definitely gonna opt. Like I think that's 100%. He's 30. He'll be 31 next year. He'll be probably 74, 75 overall after playing a year in Portland. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen there. That's gonna have to be a lot of money paid out to him too.
What's a Portland salary situation? Can you
Bad,
look
I
at that?
think.
Like how workable would an
Not bad,
extension
but
be?
I don't think it's. Oh, we have that spreadsheet. Hold on. Let's see how much money he has.
I guess I'm thinking more like a year from now. Like what's it gonna look like?
Portland is currently at 15 million. 15 million budgeted money available with no cash, but he has 36 million in cash. So he's at 51 total money available for this year. That's not that high, especially when you're going to need to extend Quang at 30 million a year, possibly even more. I feel like could ask for 35 or even 40 and probably get it. So you got to.
He's a couple guys coming off the books, Pern and Nielsen on their last years. They're worth a combined 19 mil, but it's like Troy's extension is going to be worth more than those guys combined easily.
Yeah. I know he's not going to want to give up Valdez because that's like his baby.
I've tried to get Valdez so many times, it's ridiculous.
I've tried to
keep them both. Portland.
What's the name of his reliever? It was
Newman?
Oh, Jamal Newman. Yeah, he's so good.
Yeah, the 169 stuff.
I don't think he's gonna trade him, but he's definitely. I think he's the best reliever in the league.
He
Look
very
at
well
his
could be.
Ks per 9. Just because of the game,
Crazy.
It jumped from 9 to 17.
That is crazy.
And I have a great
17.
closer, and I would put Jamal Newman over him.
Give me Valdez.
If the point being on the Choi deal, like from a salary perspective, I don't see how Portland can Choi and Valdez, assuming they both opt out.
Right,
Like,
and it's better that Wilson got assets too for Quang. Could resign him. Wilson also has 120 million in free agent in budgeted money plus cash. I'm sure he could work some of that to go over to next year.
Vegas is
fan
still,
favorite.
I mean, the free agency class isn't amazing.
Isn't amazing, or
So-
it is?
It isn't.
This is next year's. We'll just do a little primer here for everybody, and we'll get back to trades. But Antonio Jimenez, that's going to be an extension here coming up for New York that Josh is going to have to work out. That might be some money.
That'll be money.
Is it worth it?
It's a second baseman. How often do you pay for a second baseman? What do you feel like on that? I listen to just sports radio whenever I'm driving, and today they were having that conversation. It's like, is second base really worth paying for? And it's like, I mean,
that's how good he is.
Well, yeah, but he's a star, but he only plays second base. He has no positional flexibility.
I'd extend
Move him the first.
He's good.
It's even
What are his
worse.
outfield ratings.
Bad.
Yeah, shit.
Bad.
I mean, it kind of. I think it just depends on the person. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I.
How you build around.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that stolen base ability, though.
Oh, sorry.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't know how he got
incredible.
caught
It's
15
beautiful.
times there, but
Yeah.
38 for 9, 40 for 6, 23 for 7. It's not bad.
Seen Billy Hamilton get caught that many times in offline saves,
So-
though. It happens.
Yeah. So
If
New
you're
York
doing
is.
that with a 350 on base. That's nuts.
Yeah. So I actually think that New York may not have the money to extend. They're only at 21 million. They have negative 12 million in cash.
They're gonna run out soon.
Yeah, 21 million. I don't know if he's gonna have enough money to continue. He doesn't have enough money to negotiate with him right now. So that's an issue. I
He
mean, unless he wants
does.
to let him go. 21 mil to play with. That's it.
Looking at New York's salary page right now, he does have the flexibility in that
Oh,
Rob
does he?
Jordan,
Wait,
Cotto, Jose Ortiz, and Madrano are all pieces that he could potentially get rid of through non-tenders
True.
or
They
team
are. They are
options.
some dude, but you're not going to get rid of a Rob Jordan. I mean, at 92.
You could
okay.
trade him.
Yeah, you definitely. Someone will take him for sure, 100%.
I would.
And I don't doubt that.
I would.
If that's what it takes to extend him in, as I would do it.
Dude, this was the biggest mistake of not biggest mistake of my career because that would be not this trade, but I traded this dude for fucking
Morales.
pennies. No, for Jesus Dominguez, and he's retired. He played like a year for me, maybe like half a season, and this dude who also played one half a season for me. This dude turned out into a
He
64.
played for me.
He did play for you.
Yeah, I remember when you
didn't
signed
know
him.
He was on my team.
He became really bad too. Like he straight up died, like off the face of the earth. He was 34 when he retired, so didn't think he was gonna. I thought he was gonna have some longevity, but anyways, this dude popped off. Totally, Josh burned me on that one. So this dude could leave. Let's go back into that free agency class though and keep going. Jimenez, River Walderson. Oh, Spencer, talk.
Yeah. So like to extend him right now. And I think this is the type of hitter that comes around very rarely, and I want him on my team as possible. Not worried about the fragile, too much. He's a fan favorite. He's a captain. There's plenty of reasons to keep him around. My problem is I basically don't have the money for next year right now to extend him. I have some team options I can decline that I plan on declining, but I can't talk about an extension until those are declined after this offseason. So I'd been going around with his extension before my money went to shit. And it looked like I could get him to sign on for just 4 years if I bumped the money up to like 35 a year, which I'm willing to do. I don't want to go 6 years on him, but if I could get him for 4 at 35 a year, it's worth it. Andrews is the big one where like it just hasn't panned out, and I need to decline that.
Right.
But yeah, no, like there are just so few hitters in the history of this league that are as productive as River Walderson from both sides of the
And
plate.
Frazier.
Frazier, yes.
From both sides of the plate, I don't know.
Just a
Yeah,
through and through.
There's not as many for sure.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
You think of Frazier? You think of Frazier? You think of Khan? You think of
Khan was probably the best overall player that the league's ever seen. Like real talk.
Yeah.
Khan, like best overall, not specialty. Won Gold Gloves, won his All Stars, won his Silver Sluggers, won his playoffs, has
He
his
only
playoff
had 3
MVPs,
Gold Gloves though.
2 MVPs, a Rookie of the Year. He did it all. I mean,
Surprised at only 2 MVPs.
yeah, but you got to
Yeah.
realize he had a 20-year career. I mean, he had such a long
He had a-
career to the point where he
he
didn't
had a
have to
tw-
be. He didn't have to pop
He had a
off.
20-year career, and look at how shitty his last 4 seasons were.
True, he did fall off, but that was just Chris trying to keep him alive. I think at that point,
Yeah, I think we were trying to get him to
I
3,000.
don't even remember why I brought him in.
maybe 3K.
I
hits.
remember doing it.
We're trying to get him to
I think I wanted to get my fan interest up. I think I had a
maybe
bench spot open, and I was like, "We'll bring him in."
How was he? How was he not unanimously voted into the Hall of Fame?
Who knows? Bart Senior was, but Jack Con wasn't. Let's go.
Was he really?
Yeah, you didn't know
Because
that?
it was because that was the one year we did it manually. Like 8 people voted.
No, it wasn't even
admit.
that. It was like 2 people voted because I told people not to vote and they did anyways. And the computer didn't add in its portion, or I don't know. I didn't have a setting clicked. I don't know what it was, but
It's funny.
I think it was just maybe like Bart and someone else that voted, and they both voted for him. So 100% he's in.
Nice.
Hey, it works.
We take that.
Hundo.
Beautiful.
All right.
What trades we got?
Yeah, let's see. We have Walt Fletcher. We talked about that. Werner Sorensen.
Ooh, that's an
I
interesting
wanted
one.
him to-
Yeah, so this was
I
actually
really wanted
dependent
him.
on Werner signing an extension. So the extension kicks right now at
He was gonna be.
19 million a year.
He was gonna be my third baseman.
And I hold on. I just want to preface this by saying that Vegas did retain 50% salary through the life of the deal here. I confirmed this with Wilson because I wanted to make sure that he was that invested in this, and he said yes. So Yeah, what do we think of Werner?
I'm
Done.
pissed. I wanted him.
Really important at short.
Imagine my infield if I had him at third, Rapton at second, and Leonardi at shortstop.
I would just get a ton of
Oh.
fly ball hitters.
I was having wet dreams about that infield, and then it went to shit.
Yeah, like I think, like obviously, high defense infielders, like they always have somewhat of a floor because they'll, extract runs out of fielding.
Yeah.
But beyond that, like the OBP is fine. He slugs some. Balls in play and will
He's
give you
gonna
enough doubles.
he's gonna play up in Colorado too.
Yeah, that too.
His
Yeah.
OPS probably jumped to 800, which is good for a shortstop. I mean,
100%. Yeah. Where he was already at, like you could be looking at MVP numbers.
Yeah.
Like you didn't give up that much considering Vegas is retaining 50% for probably 3 years. Let's be realistic. They'll opt out, but
Vegas was also very poorly utilizing his running ability.
Yeah.
He should be stealing more than 22 times a season.
yeah, but there's also the whole team philosophy of like some teams just don't run. I'm one of those
Yeah,
teams,
but
so I get it.
101 steal. Yeah,
Look,
he's got to use them more for
He
stealing.
should have 30, 35 steals a season at least.
maybe he's just like banking on his caught steals because it seems like maybe he started
He's
him
got
off
Iron
hot.
Man. He's not going to get injured running the bases.
I mean, true, but like I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like he's maybe started him off hot and noticed that he had a lot of caught steals and then turned it down. I don't know.
If you want to talk about bad trades, I got him and River in the same trade.
Ooh.
I let him go. It was an awesome trade, getting him and River, letting him go.
For Wasilla.
Yeah, I was happy with
Wasilla?
that. But then traded this. He was the centerpiece when I traded for Artie Kern, which is one of the worst deals I have made.
Yeah.
He's currently on my team.
I'm
Bart is on
trying to get him.
the warpath on trading him. On trading for him, sorry.
Yeah.
Little
Good.
current
We'll
action
expand on
going.
those talks later.
Yeah, we'll get back into that.
Oh, Phil Jones. Oh, okay.
Phil Jones?
I wanted to make my second deal with Vegas before I did anything else. So
Jones is probably making the roster this year.
He's good. He's
Yeah.
nice. I'd
We'll
put him in there.
replace Camus as contract runs out.
That was a good trade for both. Kern's still producing, and Phil Jones is a nice little prospect.
The bad part was trading Sorensen for Kern.
Yeah, I want to see that. You traded Sorensen, Dave Phillips, who is also had a meh career with St. Louis, and Jake Olson, who is still a reliever 3 years into his career. Kind of mess. So really, it was Werner Sorensen for Artie Kern, and 2 through 4 seasons with you. Not bad,
It's a reliever, so
Yeah, he's
upside is very limited.
Right, he actually performed like extremely well in your park.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a tough one. Sorensen for Artie Kern.
Also, you have to see Sorensen broke out kind of late. Like his first 2 years in the majors are very good. And I'm trying to look through his scouting ratings right now to see if there's any noticeable boost. I think the contact maybe nothing jumped. I just kind of undersold what it could do. But either way, whatever. He bloomed late and it bit me.
he didn't appreciate the defense enough.
He did
Exactly.
start at 25 and put up kind of mess seasons his first 2 years. So I mean, I kind of get it. Like he didn't really start popping until 2055, his age 27 season. So.
And I have Kershaw, so who cares about shortstop?
Well, there you go.
Kershaw, not Chris Shaw.
How do you spell it?
Crash.
MCRA. Just do that. It'll show up. It's Crash and then AW.
Oh, Crashaw. Sorry, I'm tripping. Okay. Yeah. this
Man,
makes
that
sense,
power
too.
better develop soon.
No, dude, it's not going to. You know that, and I'm joking.
For the love of God,
Well,
I hope
It's
does
gonna.
not.
It well.
Always comes last.
Look at this.
Or always comes last.
That's a long stretch. I'd be stressed if I were you.
Yeah.
Or always comes last and he's 23.
True.
It's a couple
okay.
more years.
Who's gonna have a better
I'll
career?
trade for him.
This dude or this guy? Kyoji at Fragile, or hold on, I'll actually compare them real quick. Tim and Kyoji. Oh, it's already there. Okay. These are batting ratings. Who do you think has the better career?
Ooh. It depends on
They're both
who
shortstops.
develops.
So realize that they're both
Roughly
gonna
the
play
same at shortstop.
Probably.
Rob-
Fielding's largely a
Bravo.
wash.
Yeah, I think they're probably similar in that. Slightly better speed for Kyoji. Probably better.
Personally,
Dude, that
I would take Kyoji.
What too?
Huh. I would take Crash
I mean,
off.
Kyoji's a better runner, and he has better avoid K.
Oh,
Void K.
but look at the error here though. I don't know though. Like, what do you think about error rating? The
And he
turn
can
double
play
play.
outfield too.
Yeah, he can also play outfield. That you got to realize
That's-
positional flexibility there. He could play
He
center
hits
field on a
that
daily
31,
basis.
32 years old. You can move him to left.
Yeah, that's true.
Shit, he could play center right now. It just depends on what you value more. Obviously, shortstop, but you know.
I think he was listed as a center fielder when he was.
He was coming out. They were both listed as center
two
fielders.
guy.
They both just had nasty infield ratings too.
That may flip my decision on him.
I think I'd still lean
And
Kyoji.
Crash has already
Honestly,
played, what, 2 years?
Years.
To be honest, I would be perfectly fine with having either of them on my team.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I agree. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I'm not gonna. I don't think anybody's doubting that, or saying that. But, yeah, I definitely agree. Kyoji is
He was my Rookie of the Year pick for this year. The problem is he didn't play in the majors. So, fuck you, John.
Oh, should he have played in the majors though?
No.
Yeah.
Unless you're gung ho, the only reason you would play him in the majors this year is if you're gung ho about getting him to 4 years as fast as possible, so his extension can kick in as soon as possible. At a certain point, that's bad for development. So when you're a playoff team,
Yeah.
bad.
Which Portland is not.
They should have been.
You don't think?
If we want to look at the BS run differentials in the AL West, I think Portland definitely looks like a playoff team.
I should have not tied for last
Yeah,
with Jeremy.
yeah.
I'll say that
Yeah,
much.
let's look at my run differential and
Yeah.
let's look at Pythagorean also and see where I should have been.
You're
I
up
guess
there.
still second, but still.
Oh wait, no. Wait. Oh yeah, you're up here somewhere. I
still
mean,
would've been second.
you and the Mariners had almost the same run differential, except for you made the playoffs and he didn't.
Yeah.
Negative
Same.
11, Spencer. That's tough. That
It is
just
tough,
that just makes me.
especially.
That's tough.
No, yeah,
featuring
I know I was
Quavo.
complaining about this in chat the other day,
No,
but
it's- you
just
can-
the
you
fact
are
that
allowed to
this was the
complain.
year where I extended myself financially, just really bit me.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
gonna be tough right there. That 194 budget, or well, I guess it really didn't drop too bad.
I was 220 the year before. It dropped
Ooh.
quite a bit.
Ooh, 30 mil. That's tough. That's that playoff money. Yeah, the run differentials were a little weird this year. Minnesota -4 out of +6. I love that. Do we think they repeat?
No.
Um,
Because I make
We
it
fringe.
Actually, he lost quite a few of his players too. His active's down to 20, so it seems like he lost maybe 6 to
Big no.
10 players.
Big no then.
I'll have to be active in free agency. You have the money though, right?
Minnesota is currently at
56 mil
56. Yeah, so
room. And add pieces.
and he has the nasty.
He traded for
shortstop.
someone. I'm trying to remember who.
It was the Vegas first baseman.
Nice.
He already had Dorn or Roger Dorn. I don't know if that's the good one, but he traded for Esteban from Vegas. This was one of the other trades that Vegas had made.
Okay.
How much do you guys value defense at first base? And also,
Not
Esteban is
at all.
fantastic, but he's also a Gold Glove first baseman. Well, he used to be.
My
Actually.
first
Maybe not
baseman won
anymore.
3 straight Gold Gloves and has a 90 rating at first base, and I could honestly care less about his defense.
It's a
I
ZR.
like it.
Last couple years.
7.2 last year. 60 on his career at first with Vegas. In how many years? Hold on, 9 years, 50. So basically 10 years, 60. Hold on, 60. Yeah,
Well, he
60.
played most of his years with Atlanta.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Well, 60 ZR, 10 years, 60 ZR a year at first baseman. That's not bad, honestly.
No, it's good, but that's a way smaller margin, from best to worst, in terms of ZR than shortstop, right? The best and worst shortstops will either be plus or minus 15 runs as opposed to 7. So
Or 20 or 25.
This is probably the worst fielder in the league. He's at -15 with 7 errors. His infielder is kind of high.
Walt, trade him to the AL.
He's a second baseman.
I had to
Did
let
that
him go.
happen
That was the saddest thing. He used to be a Red too, but I had to let him go because he's just so bad. He was like
His
a black hole.
DH rating's probably
Joe
really good.
Here, let me see real quick. What are you gonna
Joe
say, Bart?
Daniels was really bad. So he was my DH. I couldn't stand having him at first.
60 DH. So, wait, Bart, say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Joe Daniels.
Joe
he was my
Dan-
DH, but he was really bad if I remember correctly. And
Oh yeah, he
his
can't play
range was
defense
really
for
bad.
shit.
Oh yeah, 6. Yeah, no good.
He's a free agent now.
On the market. Wonder what he is as a DH though. Hold on. Totally forgot you could do that.
Tim,
60.
trade Esteban Alvarez and go get Joe Daniels. Have your third different.
My third
MVP
different first baseman in a year or in 3 years.
Dude,
Yeah.
Daniels in your park would be a monster.
Why do you think my first baseman keep on winning MVP, Bart? Any first baseman is gonna win MVP.
Because of your part.
Right, it's my fucking park. It's not me. I keep on saying that. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, it's my ingenious my ingenious ideas that are leading him
That was a.
to the pasture. Fuck no, it's my park. Like
It's because a leprechaun could hit a home run in your field.
exactly.
Here's a guy I want to talk about a little bit.
Do it.
It was the centerpiece
Okay,
in
Collins,
that Minnesota deal. Joe Allen, if you want to look him up. I feel like this is
Joe
a very
Allen?
polarizing guy, so I want thoughts. The catcher.
Oh, the catcher.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's,
This is the main guy
That's
Minnesota sent back.
That avoid
Oh.
K is bad.
I don't think
Yeah.
he's gonna be that great. He
I
looks
don't think he'll
he
be
looks
great
like a
either.
catcher's version of Pedro Alvarez.
His catcher ability is not amazing. So
yeah.
Passable, though.
It's gonna
Weak
come
start for
up.
catchers.
It's gonna rise too as he plays more. As well the
No,
catcher
I mean,
rating.
imagine
but-
not having
catcher
a
ability.
catcher that has 120 rating.
Who do you have? Who's yours? But
Quintero.
we'll look after this. But Joe Allen, real quick, yeah, he it doesn't play anywhere else either. I don't know, dude. Like I liked him. I looked at him from Minnesota because I had talked to Minnesota a little bit about trades, but I just couldn't wrap my head around this contact and avoid K. I mean, he's gonna strike out. If he plays the majority of the time, he's gonna strike out 200 times a year at minimum, right? And then his batting average is also going to be 225 to 230, maybe less because his avoid K is so abysmal. But he's gonna smack
And
his
he
30
has-
doubles and 30 home runs. So let's do it.
We'll draw
you know?
walk.
And once again, his power has to develop.
He also has absolutely no speed.
He's
Well,
a
for
catcher,
this
who
type of
cares?
player, it doesn't matter. I mean, at this point, I think if
21
you're
steal, watch out.
if you're a pure home runs or doubles hitter, you don't care about speed. I think at this point, you're not clogging
Yeah,
up the base
he's-
paths.
He is going to though.
Also,
Is
just
that
consider like
high?
how few good catchers there are in this league.
Oh, it's
Like,
it's disgusting right now.
So,
the
like-
amount of
Catcher defense is more important.
so he's the number 6 rated catcher, or number 6 prospect in the league. Actually, sorry.
that's a different guy.
Oh, John
John
Harris.
Harris is
This
not a
dude's clean.
catcher.
I love this dude.
That's the Mike
Yeah.
Piazza guy, who I'm low on because he's not going to be able to catch.
He's
Yeah,
gonna be able
he's
to.
not
I'd start him over.
Oh.
I'd start him over Allen
Catch.
Well,
at catcher. I don't even care about the
Yeah.
defense.
Oh no, he cannot catch. He's a first baseman.
I agree on that.
I like
Yeah,
this guy though,
Sado's
Fregoso,
over.
but again, not
So
the
I'm
best.
a big Fregoso guy. Yep.
Hey, Tim, where are my guys? Are both mine up there near the top? I
Uh,
know Sato is, but
Well, you just traded one.
okay.
Sato.
Yeah, Sato's gone.
Bart just
The other
traded him
one's
today.
just-
I wanted him. Too bad.
Yeah, I got a decent pitcher and a reliever in return for him in the first. But I have another catcher right behind him though. Whatever his name is.
Ignat.
Ignite.
Yeah, he's
Ignat,
cool.
yep.
The
That's
high
all
work
right.
ethic,
him a
high
little-
intelligence too.
Yeah, I think
Gap
he's
is
gonna
nice.
profile a little better than Sato. Just
I think high intelligence catchers do well too.
yeah.
I think it adds an
his-
extra benefit to him. Could be overthinking
his-
it, but
His
Nice.
catcher ability rating is higher too, which I like more than Arm anyways.
yeah. So if we
I
think
like that guy for it.
Joe Allen is the 3rd best catching prospect in the league right now. That is no good. This might get
That
a
should,
little
like,
scary.
Should improve your opinion of him because like
It terrifies me as like the commissioner of this league. Like I'm looking at this, 6, 68, 115, 207. Okay, getting a little deep. 279, 364, and now we're out of the top 500 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in 10 players, 11 players.
Well, fun fact: Sato and Ignat were both. I signed them both on the same day from the same international free agent class.
Hey,
Using
that's
your
one way to
money
do it.
wisely. Yeah. And when you consider that, like, John Harris, the one like really really good, or one of 1.5, because I like Fregoso a lot, is probably not actually a catcher long term. Like,
Yeah.
there is just no catching depth in this league
No,
whatsoever.
not right. Well, in the majors, I actually don't think it's as bad. Let me do this real quick. We could
Because
look
you
at
had
the,
what, Jim Cameron just get signed this past offseason, and great signing
Dying.
for the Dodgers.
These are all of the batting qualifier catchers this year. Actually, I don't think that the catcher talent in this league
That is
is.
not a lot.
It's not a
Quintero's
lot, but
nice,
I don't think
though.
it's terrible. Like
It's not
Quintero's got
that
that
bad.
defense.
Jeff Simmons is like the sixth.
Oh yeah,
It's like the seventh rated catcher, or the sixth, or something like that. Jim Cameron is obviously good.
Simmons ever gonna retire?
no,
Is he a Hall of Famer?
yes.
He's
Yeah,
got everything.
100%.
He's got the
100%
Roy.
he
He's
is.
got the Gold Glove. He's got the. How many
MVP.
All Stars is that? 9 All Stars. He's got an MVP. He's got 2-time championship winner with me.
He's got all the makings,
Yeah,
even without being a catcher.
and
Texas.
and then he's won a Gold Glove in his career, so you can just be like, oh yeah, he was actually not like terrible at fielding. Career 3.64 catcher ERA. Never really went above 4. Well, I guess kind of wow. Portland.
I don't know how dependent that is on the staffs, though. I don't remember how
Not on
good.
statistics, but I personally look into catcher ERA. I think it's an
He
excellent
played in
statistic.
the hitter's park his whole career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, is he a righty? No, he's a lefty. Chicago is not a hitter's park for lefties.
Oh,
Well, let's see how he's.
At least- I don't believe it is.
Yeah, he's really started
least
to
for-
struggle. Well, he's always struggled versus the lefty. He's always had such a heavy split though too.
That
Um,
that shouldn't bother you with catchers because like they're not gonna play every day anyway. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Then you can
Yeah.
just sort of like turn their rests
Platoon.
around when they're facing lefties. Works
Yeah,
out
like
really
the
well.
Platoon catchers.
Exactly. Always platoon catchers.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I'm on the same page. I got my 2, Lionel Marouz, Captain Cliff. All right. What else we get to talk about?
Oh, the catcher I had, 120 defense.
Oh yeah, you wanted to show him off. Let's do that.
Quintero, he's nice. He has like a
God.
horrible
Ooh.
average.
God.
He's interesting.
What do you
Crazy
got for
eye.
him?
He's like a
Uh,
like a mean Gael Raptor.
I don't know,
He's like a
Tell
mean
me
and
what
slightly worse.
because I don't have
Tell me
another
what you want
catcher.
for him.
Your whole
I'll
draft.
trade you one of my garbage catchers.
Wait, do you even have a draft now?
Yeah, I only traded 1 pick, I think. Maybe 2.
No, give me your whole draft then, and I'll give you the best defensive catcher ever.
To be honest, that's tempting.
It's a really interesting player.
Yeah, because he
I-
could totally fit with Gael too. Like
Oh,
put stack the box with him and Gael to start, and then just like Robbie Simmons, bitch.
Look at that,
Yeah.
162 games started. in
See
a
these
single
fielding
season
stats.
as a
Yeah, hold
catcher.
on. I totally forgot. I didn't look. I think he's gonna get well. Hold on. Okay, I gotta go career. He's 4 years
3
in.
passed balls in a single season,
Bad.
Damn.
and he's never been.
He's kind of
He's
underperformed.
never had a great pitching staff.
That could help too, but I don't know. I feel like he's also never
Yeah.
really like performed in his
That
fielding.
2054 team did not have a good staff.
Really interesting
Yeah.
guy overall, though. That high eye, especially on like a position where like you don't expect him to
Yeah.
run that much. Like just getting him to draw those walks. Oh my god.
Yeah, a consistent
He
300
Clogs
on
the
base.
bases
Like,
though.
hell, I'd hit him like 8th, 9th.
hit him ninth.
One
Yeah,
1.4 WAR last year. I'll take the over for this year. How about that?
I would have
Okay.
to agree with you.
I mean, I got Holt and Roviva now. 2 upgrades in the rotation. Got another upgrade in the bullpen. I already got arguably a top 3 closer in the league.
The last 2
Martinez
off-seasons,
has been-
I've added.
So close to reliever of the year, 2 years in a row, and he only has 2 years of experience.
pretty nice.
He was a two-way player coming out of amateur free agency. Like, he's got 75 power and 95 speed as a closer.
You just like not play the field at all.
No, he was a center fielder coming out, and then his ratings dipped a bit hitting. So
Serviceable and right.
why not make him a pitcher?
The type of guy where like
nasty.
He'd start immediately in Vegas.
He's kind of like a Michael Lorenzen. He can hit if he needs to, and he'll hit for power, but just not an everyday guy.
that's
But you
stuff
could
and
have
control
a,
together is
1.5 ERA closer instead.
Yeah.
fastball slider combo variety.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm gonna have a nasty bullpen in a couple of years. I got a spaceman, and the miners getting hurt every year. Then I got Arenado, who's good. I got Cisco Castro, who's a movement monster.
dude, he's gonna be. This guy's gonna be so good.
I got Victor. Look at my winter league team. I got Victor Ramirez.
Oh, I totally forgot it's
who's
Winter League right
gonna
now.
Be a great reliever. Then I got Johnson's gonna be great.
Not very. So do you believe in that control filling out? Because like he's almost 24
Yes.
and it's still in the 30s.
Yeah, that's kind of low. Well, he's starting to jump right now.
Quintero's defense
Dude,
is gonna
he
make
was
up for
he
it.
was 23 and that shit was, I guess this was a few months ago, but still, like that's just now coming up. You know, it has never I guess he started at 11. It's only went up to 18, and then up to 28 in. God, when did you draft him? 2051. Ugh.
2050. Damn.
So you got him in 2051, and he's only in 7 years has only gone up. 11 minus 32, 21 control.
But
He's outspoken.
In the last 8 months.
That screams trade bait to me.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I'll probably end up using him anyway. And then go back to Johnston. He's gonna be great.
Yeah, I agree. I like him. 97, 99 side armor as a lefty. Ooh.
Check the rating splits since he's a side armor.
Not bad.
Doesn't help.
Not bad at all, too. So he's gonna be like a specialist. Plus, he can pitch like middle relief. I feel like.
Yeah,
And I got another reliever. I forget his name. It's like Stuart something, and he's got 130 something potential stuff, which would be top 10 in the league. He's probably like low minors, I think.
Yeah,
yes,
Stu
Shepard.
Shepard.
He's gonna be great.
Like, what's the lowest control that you're comfortable with, Bill? It seems like you're a lot more risk tolerant than I in that regard.
45 control?
Yeah. Because that's what Brad Rowe had, and he was awesome. He went an entire year without giving up a home run in like 70, 80 innings.
Yeah, my lowest is Montalvo at 42. This dude, he's nasty.
Oh, that's movement.
That's movement.
Sorry, 54 is my minimum, and then almost 60. Yeah, but I'd say about 60 is probably my minimum for control.
60 is about my minimum too.
In my movement,
I don't like those low control guys.
These low movement guys kind of irk me, but but yeah, I try and keep it. Let's see Spencer's. Oh yeah, you keep your shit high too.
That's why I'm like lower on guys like Donaldson, and like I was more willing to let Cole go, is because like those guys in the 50s on control just scare me. There's just such little margin for error when they're already at that point, because control can be kind of erratic. It's just like I don't want to risk it, dropping a little bit, and then they're completely useless. Also, then like the stuff has to be so overpowering.
Oh, you had to show Lindquist, didn't you? I'm so sad he didn't really pan out too much. Like,
to start him.
The rating.
Yeah, you can trade him to me. I'll start him for you.
I did start him at one point, and he put up 1.2 and 0.8 WAR. or
I
something
don't know.
like
I
that.
feel like he's not like
Footballers,
terrible.
you have to start.
Yeah, you have
that-
to let him go his 7 or 8 innings.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd rather have my current rotation. I think.
your fifth starter. Gibson,
Sadly, Gibson's hurt right now.
the knuckleballer start, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
knuckleballers
just-
can work with like 2 pitches.
Yeah.
Hawkins, Castillo. If your fifth
Castillo-
starter, is Gibson? Gibson's okay too. I
he's
probably
hurt
would
right
not
now.
start this guy. I would start Eric Lindquist over this guy 100%.
Gibson was.
I mean,
having
I
a
guess
great
the 81
season
control
before he
plays
got
well,
hurt.
but like fastball cutter splitter is kind of trash. Not gonna lie.
Agreed.
Well, last season he posted 4.4 WAR and then 1.9 before he got hurt.
Are
He
you
wasn't
in a
doing bad.
pitcher's park?
Not really, no.
He had a
Red
305.
Sox got a hitter's park.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't think he's that. I think he'd be better as he's a sidearmer. He'd probably be better as a reliever, honestly.
I agree, especially considering like he was below a home run per 9, and like he hasn't done that in any other season, and that like plays such a big part, or it plays a bigger part in like FIP than I think people give it credit for, and so like I just wouldn't expect it to ever be that low again. At which point, like Gibson's already hit his peak. You
Yeah.
buy into that.
Yeah, I would probably replace Gibson with Eric. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
Just
if
depends
things
on
go right.
what you're looking at too.
things-
But
if
if
the
you're
offseason
just comparing
pans out
righty on
right,
righty, then go ahead, Bart.
If things pan out, and by the end of the offseason, I may have a different starter altogether.
Well, yeah, exactly. You've been trading a lot, so who knows?
Yeah, I have a few deals still being worked on.
Right. Can I get y'all's opinions on Doug Cole?
Doug
This-
Cole.
As he is now property of the Rockies.
Ooh, that's a great
Of
pitcher.
the Rockies, yikes! I
Dude,
wouldn't put.
what?
I
He
wouldn't
might
let
struggle
him
in
get
that
within-
park, but that stuff is nuts.
I would not let him get within 500 miles of Coors Field.
He's gonna let up like 2 home runs, maybe 2.5
Oh.
home runs per 9, like floor.
In a good year, maybe.
That's what I'm saying, floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
Put him in
mean,
San Diego.
Put him in Miami or San Francisco, and he's a stud. But otherwise,
It's tough to
Dude,
justify.
Colorado has traded his last like 3 center fielders. He traded me Morales. He traded Portland, other Esteban, and then he traded you, this dude.
Mm.
And they
And
were
the
all.
one before. Funny is he got Morales from me for whoever his center fielder was at the time. I don't remember the dude's name. Too bad.
Yeah,
He was only with me for like 2 years.
Morales is 31, so he traded his starter for those years, and then he traded to Portland, this dude.
That's
That was
fine.
his starter for. I mean, I guess he played in Portland since 2 years ago. That was 1 year starter for him.
Gonna
and then he
underperform his
traded you, that
contract.
other
I'll say that
center
right now.
fielder. Yeah, dude, this is kind of. He just keeps on trading his. He's producing a lot of center fielders. You know.
It's center field you out in Colorado.
Yeah, seriously.
he's like. He's
And he
doing
still
what
has another good
Oakland
one.
did.
Like look, a
He's
switch
basi-
hitter, durable, like 91 rating. Sorry, Bart, I'm interrupting you, but like,
Not good.
but I mean, like, look at this guy. Like, he's not like how. Like, I'd be lucky to get 1 center fielder in 15 years, and he's had 4 in. Well, I mean, not 4. He's he's wheeled and dealed, but you know.
He's the late '90s, early 2000s Oakland A's. He's just everyone's farm team right now.
Yeah.
He's getting solid pieces in return for his guys.
Yeah, he's making good trades. Hopefully, it pans out for him here.
He's got the smallest budget.
That budget's tough to work with too.
Yeah, but he got a lot of. I mean, I know his budget's low, but he got a lot of money in revenue share. How much? Let me see.
Oh yeah.
He got a
I
lot.
think
It's
I'm-
not like the system like didn't work out for him. You know, I don't know. I feel like Colorado. Where's he at?
I think I'm gonna hop off
You got-
you guys. I gotta get up. I
No
gotta
worries,
get up
dude.
in
Have a
few
good night.
hours For work. Thanks. See y'all later.
See ya. Yeah, I guess he only got about 12 mil in revenue sharing, but
So I think that's less. He got less than I gave up. I think, considering like that's one of the lowest budget teams.
yeah,
Great.
29 mil.
Anyway, do we have any trades left that we haven't talked about?
Let me see.
kind of Melton, but we're kind of talking about it right now.
Quang, Roviva, Fletcher, talked Werner, Hawking, Randy Jacobs to the Cards. That's kind of another big one. He traded a first, a second, Jorge Melendez and Jose Cortez, and then Jeff Little, which we talked about, and then Chet Meeks. But you know the story.
Chet Meeks. The other guy that was in this Melton deal was Sean Wade, and
Hold on, I'm gonna do the Jacobs deal, and then we'll look at that, and then we'll finish up. Okay. So Randy Jacobs traded for a first, a second, Jorge Melendez, who actually, he's kind of nice. Righty, contact hitter.
He's got great defense, but his range is not amazing for shortstop.
He won't be a long-term shortstop,
Then
but
again,
I think he can get that rating up to 85, 90.
Me being picky, but how many games do you think Vegas wins this year?
I think kind of mentioned this already. Like Jacobs is a stud, but like the issue with St. Louis is how does he fit his contract in with others? Like
2 years deep, hitting ARB, already at a almost 6-year ARB rate after Super 2. So
his second year ARB projection is 10 mil.
Was he Super 2?
His second, I think he's
because he's not exactly 3, right? So it's just because 80% or I don't know what the exact number is, but Super 2 and he's making $6 million a year. He's gonna get expensive.
No, Super 2 is the top 22%, I believe, first time.
I think he got that though, because he was top 22.
He didn't.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he did. No. This is his first ARB year right now. He has 3 more after it, so he did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, okay, yeah, he was in that top 22%. So, yeah, I mean, $5.75 million if I'm being correct. That's a large ARB rate going into 3 more ARB years, and with a team that has $200 million locked up in the next 2 years. I mean, he might be an ARB. I mean, obviously he'll get traded before that, but he might be an ARB cut. Like
the year I keep hammering on St. Louis is like 2061 is going to be awful from a financial standpoint, and his ARB number in that year is already at 10 million. And like if he keeps performing, it's going to get worse, and it'll probably be north of 15 by the time that year comes around. Like I don't know how he fits in long term.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure either there, or how he's going to pay for him. Yeah, I don't know how he's going to pay for any of those guys realistically, but. And then we'll talk about that last trade. Yeah, I think he's a good player though. He'll work for this year. He'll probably get. I would bet you he's traded before the end of the year. Mike knows what needs to happen. And then Melton. Let's see this guy, Jeff Melton, the other center fielder produced by the Colorado Rockies, or another one. Durable lefty. Ooh, he's cool. Wow.
He's nice.
Yeah, he is. What would you send? Doug Cole.
Cole.
Yeah.
I asked about him.
Yep. Cole, Sean Wade. Man.
He's good.
Hold on, I gotta look at everything.
Yeah, I think the arm is fine. Like I think the rest of
it.
He is very fast.
It's not that heavy of a platoon split.
It's not a heavy platoon split, but he's not going to be good enough to face righties on a daily basis. So you're going to find a better lefty hitter, believe me. Like there has to be one, especially that has better defense than this. Not better defense, but 27 arm. He can probably barely play second base. Like he's going to
throw him in the outfield.
Oh yeah,
you could throw him in the outfield.
But exactly. But if you throw him in the outfield, he's going to 100,000% platoon with a corner outfield with better offense.
How is his infield arm at 27 and then his outfield arm's like a 70?
No accuracy.
The yips? I don't know.
Yeah.
No accuracy.
Short arm, like he just bounces all of them.
No, he can't plant his feet and throw. He has to have a running start. Maybe. I don't know.
No, I mean that's the thing that some guys have. Like they just aren't accurate.
Or they don't have
get the ball out of their hand quickly.
Well, it just depends on your throwing mechanics too. If you're throwing out of your legs and your shoulders or out of your hips, it just depends.
It's absolutely a thing that like happens in real life. So I don't care that
But I think he's a platoon player. So I don't know. I like his personality's cool. Speed's good. Offense is good. Durable. He's gonna play like a not a Gold Glove second base, but decent second base. Play both corners. He'll be a platoon player throughout his career. I think.
It's the other thing about playing in Colorado, though, you want to keep him on the infield as long as possible because there's a lot of ground to cover in that outfield.
Yeah.
True.
And he's not a
Yeah, he
stellar
doesn't have the most
outfielder.
range, but I think he would perform in Colorado. Wow, well, I guess he had a struggling year at second base. I'm wondering if he was teaching him hit this year, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. He was already pretty filled out when he got to me, or at least where he is now. I wouldn't call that filled out.
Yeah. So Sean Wade, and then there's one more.
It was kind of a throw-in.
Yeah, just Jeremy Moore, 52. Yeah, kind of meh.
Can play everywhere, but yeah, probably a bench piece.
Infield arm.
Yeah.
Got a whip.
Man as a cannon, yeah. Melton, like, is the kind of guy that's like just kind of good at everything. You know what I mean? Just look at the batting ratings across the board. He must be my DFA.
Yeah.
Like every single aspect of the team profile works well.
Yeah, I think so too. Versus the lefty, he might struggle a little bit, but he could play. Especially with the eye, it just keeps him. It just keeps his on base high, or relatively high. Because he's going to be better versus the righty, obviously. But I don't know. I think he's a good trade. I think that's an excellent trade for you. I think it's better than. Yeah, that's a really good trade. Even if
his extension timeline's going to fit well too.
Yeah,
which is encouraging.
Well, he might be expensive. He probably will be
expensive, but like he'll be up when other guys are coming off.
He still has a little bit of a way to go, I think, on that. So, and a little more to prove in terms of like what his arb rate's going to be. That's going to be the determining factor, is if he has a good year or not this next year. Because if he pops off and he puts up, at center field 115 OPS plus, which he probably won't. He was playing in Colorado, but again,
replicate 100.
Probably play 100 again, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably platooned though, if you wanted to get the most out of him, but it just depends on roster flexibility. But you could start him versus.
I'm platooning other positions already. I can't afford the roster space to platoon him too.
Yeah.
Platoon, Song, and Melton.
Platooning Lubbers and STO already. Castillo's a disappointing one. Thought he was going to be better.
Did he have good ratings coming out too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he filled up really quickly.
Damn.
He was almost major league ready when he was like 19 or 20, and then he just sort of fell off after that.
Dude, he's had some some ups and downs.
Yeah.
Started at 65, died to a 54, jumped back 56, 57, 62, 61, 60, 58, 58, 58, 56.
Like one good year. Where I think he put up like a 3 WAR. Yeah. Other than that, it's just been
disappointing. Yeah, I thought he was going to be better too. Wow. I didn't even realize that was the same player. Dang. He really turned out to be bad.
Yeah, he's just on the weak side of a platoon now.
Yeah, that's
he's fragile at 25.
That's like me in real life. No, I'm joking. All of us. Yeah. Damn. Well, thanks for joining, guys. Good chatting.
It's fun.
Good to talk
to a lot of time.
Yeah, had fun. Well, I'm gonna sound this off here. Thanks, guys, for listening. Have a good night.